So you need to stand on the opposite leg to the hand you are holding the weight with. And then the main thing is to try and create a counterbalance with that leg that's in the air. So that will tip you forwards. So what you've got to try and do is move the foot up, keep a strong core, and keep your shoulder pulled back throughout. Another key watch point is to make sure that you keep a small bend in the leg that you're standing on. So if it straightens out, you probably wobble and rotate because the hamstring will get involved. And with these ones, just give yourself about sort of 10 or 20 seconds in between sets, and you're aiming between 5 and 10 reps. So if you could do say 3 to 4 sets of 10 reps, then you probably need a heavier weight for this one. So again, so what happened there, my leg just straightened a little bit, so I've got to make sure I maintain a small bend at the knee. If that leg locks out, then what happens is you rotate, you wobble, and you lose the balance. So the key is keeping that small bend at the knee, and then make sure that you take that other leg back to bend over. So if you try and bend without moving it, you'll bend from your back. So the key is you've got to make that other leg tip you forwards. And you want to try and think about keeping it in line as well. So if you imagine your foot is a key and a lock is straight behind you, you want to try and get your foot as the key into the lock, basically. So the idea is not to rotate through the hips as you do this. Think about trying to take the heel up towards the ceiling on that opposite leg. And again, remember, think about shoulder. So you've really got to try and keep that shoulder pulled in so as you keep your back nice and straight. Another thing to think about is the arch in your foot. So if the arch is not very strong, then often what you'll tend to do is claw the floor with your toes, and we don't want you to do that. So what you want to try and think about is, as much as you can, try and let the foot relax and spread out. If you need to, try and lift up your toes a little bit. That way you will actually create an arch, which will help give you some stability. But if the arch collapses, then it will take your foot with it. But the key is try not to grip using your toes. So if anything, lift them up rather than grip using your toes. So again, just giving yourself 10 or 20 seconds recovery. Always try and deadlift it up on 2 legs though, don't try and lift it from the floor on 1 leg. So keep the weight between your ankles and then deadlift it up. Because the thing is, you need very good flexibility to actually get the weight to go to the floor all the time. So yeah, definitely have your feet about shoulder width apart, and then have the weight between your ankles. So the handle should be between your ankles, and then deadlift it up on 2 legs before you then move on to 1 leg. In terms of fatigue, you'll know when you're fatigued out because you just simply won't come up. But again, don't try and force the reps, don't try and force extra reps, because the chances are you'll just be cheating and using the wrong muscles. Another little watch point, if you try and keep your head up and pick something on your horizon, maybe if you're stood in the kitchen, pick the straight edge of a door frame or something like that. That works quite effectively in terms of actually just keeping it nice and straight. So you want something to focus on, a straight line, and that will help you keep your balance. So eyes up and shoulders back. So just remember when you do these, you're aiming for between say 5 and a maximum, absolute maximum of 10 reps, and give yourself 10 to 20 seconds recovery in between. And again, good idea, give your glutes a stretch afterwards and stretch your piriformis.